What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one and only Ash Brown, and this is the ashsaidit show. I appreciate all of the love and support from you guys that you continue to just shower down on me. It's been amazing. Over 1,900 episodes, 500,000 streams worldwide, and none of this would be possible without you guys. So I thank you so, so very much. You guys know I love that. Now, today, my special guest is amazing, okay? She's a philanthropist. She's an entrepreneur. She's an ordained minister, a mother, former model, humanitarian. She might be Jamaican, y'all. All right, but I'll ask her about later. But Miss the lovely Akilah Love. Hi, Akilah.
Hi. Hello. Happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. So, Akilah, let us know, what part of the country are you at today?
I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. Hot Atlanta. A little bit damp today.
I know, right? Isn't this weather ridiculous? It's so crazy, but I should be used to it now, but I'm not. Definitely not. All right. Yeah, so the DNA Brand of Companies, LLC, and 9 subsidiaries. Mm-hmm. So where did the story begin for the DNA brand?
Wow. So in 2017, it was actually born in Canada, Toronto, Canada, to be exact, the DNA brand. And my husband and I would have parties for a purpose. And at the time, we were actually just business partners, and we would have parties to raise funds for various organizations, charities, fundraisers. We were just basically doing everything that we needed to do as far as whatever the community needed within Toronto. And so we would have parties and we would raise money, and a portion of the proceeds would go to wherever they needed to go in the city. And so we had so much fun doing it. We did it consistently. I can't even count how many events we had. And then we just decided it needed a name. We had to make something of it. It was doing so well. We were working with shelters. We were working with underprivileged. We were feeding people during Thanksgiving and Christmas. And it was such a passion of ours that we were like, okay, so what are we doing? We got to really do this properly and make this into something that we could also, cast a wider net, like help more people, and also, allow other people to join us in helping those. So that's what we did.
Yeah. So in those beginning stages, what was the biggest challenge for you both?
So in the very beginning stages, I wouldn't say we really had challenges. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say there were so much challenges. I think there was just a lot of learning curves. Mm-hmm. I think that we just basically just had to learn how to do things bigger and better. And, it was just, the choices were based on, what venue space, how many people, what percentage of the proceeds are going where. And so they weren't really challenges. It was actually so much fun. It wasn't a job. It was totally volunteer and hobby. And it was just incredible to give back and just, see the looks on people's faces who could help, and then the looks on people's faces who we could help. Right. Mm-hmm. So our challenge was just, how can we make this bigger and how can we impact more?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow, that is incredible. So, okay, so it started off in Toronto and everything's moving and shaking. What was the determining factor for you guys moving?
So I'm actually American, really proud American. My son plays ice hockey, and ice hockey just seemed to be a better developmental place for him would have been Canada, being a winter sport and everything else. And so I moved there for 7 years, actually, off and on. I still had business happening here, but I moved to Canada. So once he got drafted, I was like, I'm going home. I need to go back home to the U.S. And so my hometown is Washington, D.C., and that will always be home. But we wanted to be on this coast. We wanted a little bit of warmth. I wanted to be near to Florida. Yeah. And so, but we didn't want to be necessarily in Florida. And we thought Atlanta was just like the Mecca, the Mecca of diversity. And I felt like And there was so much opportunity to serve here, right?
Yeah.
So that was our deciding factor in that. And we decided, let's go home. And it was in about a 3-month period that I said, all right, I made the decision, and we packed and we came to Atlanta.
All right. Welcome to the A. I love it. Definitely love that journey. Yes. All right. So you guys now we're in September. So Akilah, we're in September, and there's so much stuff going on. You guys have some announcements or some new things happening with you.
We sure do. So we are a global empowerment organization. A great friend of mine, Michelle, helped me name it that, and she's so right. Yeah. And so we have 9 subsidiaries, but what's happening in September, which I'm so very excited to announce, is that one of my favorite parts, the foundation, the DNA Foundation, is my absolute favorite because that's my deepest passion. Yeah. But what's coming next is my next one, and that's DNA Flavor. And that gives me, that brings back all of my heritage from the Caribbean and allows me to create flavors in wet and dry seasonings and all kinds of hot sauces. Yes. It brings it back to this time in my life. So on September 1st, we're officially launching DNA Flavor and DNA Health. And I am just so excited. The flavor part is the yummy part, and the health part is make sure that, we stay proactive and not reactive. And so that is the excitement for September 1st, that we will be launching those 2 lines. Okay. Now, on the 15th, which is even more exciting for the economical world. I mean, I love providing the financial literacy and the services as well. We'll be launching DNA Insurance Services, LLC, and we've just become an entity in 33 states across the United States. So I'm so proud to say that that's what's happening on September 15th.
Yes. Well, congratulations. That is a lot of footwork.
Thank you. Yes.
You guys are certainly putting it in there, getting that grit going. I love it. That's a lot of good energy.
Thank you.
Vibes.
Thank you.
And you wanted to tell me something special about March. Something happens every March you guys have set up.
Yes. Thank you for asking. So my husband and I are both born in March. We're Pisces babies. Oh. And every March we do a joint party. And we decided, instead of celebrating us, I don't want the gifts. Why doesn't everybody come and join us for an extravagant experience at the DNA Diamond Ball? So every March, we started last year in Atlanta, but we had been doing it in Toronto. But Atlanta was our first inaugural annual ball. It was at the Thompson. It was incredible. And with live entertainment. And it's basically a fundraising gala and ball for raising funds for the DNA Brand Foundation. And so we will have it again on, it looks like, I don't have an exact confirmed date, but it looks like it's going to be March 16th in Atlanta, Georgia. We are so looking forward to having an even better event every year, and it allows us to raise funds so that we can support the regions in which we do currently support and even expand from there. And so currently we are active in Ghana. We adopted a village in 2020, and we opened a school in 2021 in Ghana, a lower school. And then we also have area in Barbados that we work with, a school that we are adopting out at the end of this year. They need support in all different levels. And then we also have an area in Nova Scotia that has a serious water issue in which something close to Flint, and this is Nova Scotia, Canada. This is where my husband is from. And so we're also, doing an initiative to clean up the water and to help the people there. And so far, besides our home Atlanta, I mean, we work with shelters here, and we absolutely love what we do here, because we can actually show up and be there and see, the teams that we work with actually in Atlanta. But the other region is all virtual, right? And so that particular ball allows us to just really have one day of fun. We party for a purpose, just like we started doing. We bring artists together. We bring friends and family together and, talent, and we just raise money and have a great time doing it. And then we're able to disperse and help out, underserved and under-resourced communities across the world.
Absolutely. I love that energy. Yes, we need some more good, positive vibes. We need that to be contagious so that can spread all across the waters.
Ma'am.
And it can spread out there. Now, Akilah, last but certainly not least, what advice would you offer to anyone out there with a very unconventional idea for a business or an entrepreneurial venture?
I love that question. And so that's a great question because ours was unconventional. I mean, it started out as one thing and we add bits and snips to it and then it became a whole brand. And so the first thing I do is I go to God with it. I write it all out. I look at it and I pray about it. Yeah. And I pray about it and I pray about it. And I have a few mentors of my own that are also successful entrepreneurs. And, I share what my thoughts are. Yeah. But I also believe that anything our minds can conceive, we can achieve, right? And so once I feel it up in my mind, I do my due diligence where a business plan is concerned, budgeting and everything else, all the important steps, and you can get a business plan anywhere. And then I speak to a tax professional just to get a little bit of direction on structuring a company, setting it up, and, making sure that we're doing right by way of taxes and that type of thing. And then I execute. Once I feel that everything is in place, and I don't like to waste a whole lot of time because sometimes we overthink, we procrastinate, but sometimes we also need to tweak to improve and enhance, our ideas. And so I think that anything non-conventional, if you're able to conceive it in your mind, I think it can be done. And I am like Nike. I say just do it. Life is not long enough for us to sit around, planning it out in our head. I'm such an action person. If I think it up, I probably don't sleep that night. I put all the pieces together and join hands with God and those who mentor and are of support for me, and I go for it. And I hope that everybody else would do that. You feel so free when you have a goal and a dream and you actually do it. When you sit back and think about it, it's almost like it starts to wear away at you. But if you just do it, oh my gosh, the freedom that you feel and the relief and the sense of exhale and I did it and self-pride is beautiful. Yes. Absolutely beautiful.
It's like this big release, like you feel this rush of energy. You're like, oh my gosh, I did it. I can't believe this. I actually accomplished this thing. Yeah. But you're absolutely right. Yeah. Absolutely right. Akilah Love, thank you so much for joining us today. We certainly appreciate you, my dear. Welcome. I would absolutely positively love for you to come back in the new year, right before that ball in March, because I know that you'll have way more details for us. And, I know tickets were going to go fast. So that's a really awesome way to let the listeners know about the event and all that good stuff. But certainly appreciate you and your whole team and all the success you guys have had and all the successes on the horizon. Good things. I see nothing but good things.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Absolutely.
Can I share my website with you so that anyone who's interested can check us out?
Absolutely.
Okay, wonderful. We are the DNA brandgroup.net, and we're also the DNAdiamondball.com. And on the main page, our DNA brandgroup.net, you will have a link to all of our websites. Some of them are in their infancy stages, and the other ones are built out and ready to wow you.
All right. Yes. You guys heard it here first. All right. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much, Akilah. And like I said, for you, for your team, everybody pushing this thing forward. I know great things are in the works for you guys for 2024 and beyond. So it's coming. We're claiming it. It's already there. It's already ours.
Yes.
So.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you, all of you listeners, for joining and all of the support. I thank you in advance.
Definitely.
So appreciated.
I appreciate that. And each and every one of you guys, thank you so much for your love and support. Keeping in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face. You tell them, don't believe me. Just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.